So many times when my families had a function, my parents always threw parties, they always had gatherings because there was a lot of musicians around. And I remember that one particular day when I had done something to betray my family, I had committed a sin. And the anguish that I felt, that even though everyone was smiling around me, everyone was joking, coming up to me to tell me stories, how you been, man, how's it going? And I'm sitting there with all of this that no one knows about me. It was eating me up inside, right? And this concealed sin ate me up. But then the moment came when I was confronted, when I was found out, and when I confessed my sin to my Father, when I surrendered my ego and faced what I needed to face, everything changed. Even though I stood in the weight of the consequences, there was an unexpected relief because what was hidden no longer had power over me. And I was no longer carrying it alone. Not only relief, but a form of joy. Joy that no one could ever accuse me again, for I have been found out. I had been found out, and not just found out, but forgiven. And as God forgave David, and his emotions are now displayed like this, found in Psalms 32, 1 through 2. How blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. How blessed is the man whom the Lord does not impute iniquity, and whose spirit there is no deceit. We see in verse 5, I acknowledged my sin to you, and my iniquity I did not hide. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Now that anguish and anxiety turned to joy. Do your worst, devil. I've been found out and forgiven. Who can accuse me? That's what happens to a believer when they come to Christ. When you surrender your guilt upon Jesus, your emotions now flow from gratitude that you have been saved. There is no greater emotion than the one that comes from being forgiven. This is what changes anxiety to relief, isolation to communion, shame to acceptance, heaviness to lightness, fear to peace, captive to freedom, and burden to rest. A love for God is nourished by the knowledge of God. If I don't know him, I cannot love him, which is why we must know who our God is. I know in whom I have believed. So my emotions have to be anchored on the fact that whenever I face anything, as hard as it may be, and maybe the Lord has to reconcile a mystery I just cannot explain, this is what I anchor myself. I was known in my sin, yet not abandoned in it. He saw the worst in me and chose mercy. Blessed, not because I was innocent, but because I was forgiven. My transgressions were not ignored. They were covered and then forgotten. I didn't earn relief, I received it. The moment I said, I confess, forgiveness met me there. He does not count my iniquity against me. The record that could condemn me has been wiped clean. There is freedom in being fully known and fully forgiven. No more masks, no more pretending. My guilt had a voice, but his mercy was louder. May these truths be evident in all of my affections and emotions.